तस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयं यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तिमवैति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्मनिष्कळमहं न च भूतसङ्गः प्रातर्नमामि मनसा वचसामगम्यं वाचो विभाति निखिलायदनुग्रहेण यन्नेति नेति वचनैर्निगमा अवोचुः तं देवदेवमजमच्युतमाहुरग्र्यं प्रातर्नमामि तमसः परमर्कवर्णं पूर्णं सनातनपदं पुरुषोत्तमाख्यं यस्मिन्निदं जगदशेषमशेषमूर्तौ रज्ज्वां भुजङ्गम इव प्रतिभासितं वै रज्ज्वां भुजङ्गम इव प्रतिभासितं वै। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Shvetashvatara Upanishad, Chapter 4, Mantra 8. रुचे अक्षरे परमे व्योमन्
ऋचो अक्षरे परमे व्योमन्
यस्मिन् देवा अधिविश्वे निषेदुः
यस्मिन् देवा अधिविश्वे निषेदुः
यस्तं न वेद किमृचा करिष्यति
यस्तं न वेद किमुचा करिष्यति
य इत्तद्विदुस्त इमे समासते
य इत्तद्विदुस्त इमे समासते
छन्दांसि यज्ञाः क्रतवो व्रतानि
छन्दांसि यज्ञाः क्रतवो व्रतानि
भूतं भव्यं यच्च देवा वदन्ति
भूतं भव्यं यच्च वेदा वदन्ति
अस्मान् मायी सृजते विश्वमेतत्
अस्मान् मायी सृजते विश्वमेतत्
तस्मिन् चान्यो मायया सन्निरुद्धः
तस्मिंश्चान्यो मायया सन्निरुद्धः
मायां तु प्रकृतिं विद्धि
मायां तु प्रकृतिं विद्धि
मायिनं तु महेश्वरम्
मायिनं तु महेश्वरम्
तस्य वयवभूतैस्तु
वयवभूतैस्तु
व्याप्तं सर्वमिदं जगत्
व्याप्तं सर्वमिदं जगत्
यो योनिं योनिमतिष्ठत्येकः
यो योनिं योनिमधितिष्ठत्येकः
यस्मिन्निदं संच विचैति सर्वम्
यस्मिन्निदं संच विचैति सर्वं
तमीशानं वरदं देवमीड्यं
तमीशानं वरदं देवमीड्यं
निचाय्ये मां शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति
निचाय्ये मां शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति।
If you observe, in most of the mantras, two forms of Brahman is highlighted, or two versions of Brahman or Ishvara is highlighted. One is Nirguna Brahman, second version is Saguna Ishvara. In most of the mantras, first line or the second line will be one version and the other lines will be the another version. Now you might get a doubt. When does this transition happen? When does Nirguna Brahman become Saguna Ishvara? That should come to our mind. That doubt has to come. Is there a transition period? Because Brahman being Paramarthika Satta is of a higher order of reality, and Maya being Vyavaharika Satta is a lower order of reality. When these two come together, is there a transition period?
When we think of Srushti, then we think Maya comes into picture. Is one way to put it.
Right. So, because of two order of reality, Brahman cannot associate it at Maya at any point of time. Because Brahman is Akarta, Abhokta, Asangaha, which is higher order of reality. Maya is what? Jagat Karanam Brahma Maya. You leave Jagat Karanam Brahma, Ishvara. Maya is of lower order of reality, which is Jada, inert in nature. So this higher order and lower order can never come together. Means what is that we are talking about Saguna Ishvara? It is only a seemingly Nirguna Brahman has become Saguna Ishvara. It is a seeming thing but not a factual thing. Because Akasha is all pervasive, Akasha is Asanga. Now suppose today is a rainy day, rain falls on the Prithvi, Bhumi, and it can wet the Bhumi, it can never wet the Akasha. Because rain falls in the Akasha, in the sky, it can never wet the Akasha because Akasha is of a higher order of reality, it is Asanga. And the rain and Prithvi is of a lower order of reality, it is Jadam. It can never attach itself. So at any point of time, this Nirguna Brahman won't become Saguna Ishvara. Very important theory. It appears. It is not a fact, it appears. That which appears we call as Mithya. So there is no becoming factor here. To give a very popular example, rope, snake. Rope is of a higher order of reality, that is Paramarthika Satta. Snake is a Vyavaharika Satta, which is of a lower order of reality. And what is this sambandha between rope and snake? It is an adhyasa sambandha. Because at any point of time, rope did not become snake at all. It appeared to an Ajnani that rope was or is a snake. In fact, rope never became snake at all. When is the transition happening? If you ask, it never became, the transition didn't happen at all. Or the other example, if you want to give, the well-known example of dry land and mirage water. This sambandha between a dry land and mirage water is of a two order of reality, dry land being Paramarthika Satta and mirage water being Vyavaharika Satta. This is called Adhyasa Sambandha. If mirage water can wet the dry land, will you call that dry land as dry land? When is the dry land dry land? Always. It never became wetland. It appeared. Think, it appeared. This is called Adhyasa Sambandha. This is very important theory. Point number one, you all should note. Second point is, Brahman being eternal and Maya is also eternal. Both are Anadi. There is not a point where Brahman, Nirguna Brahman is Nirguna Brahman today and tomorrow he becomes Saguna Ishvara. Because Maya being Anadi, when will you say that the transition happened? Can you think? Maya being Anadi, when did Maya made Nirguna Brahman Saguna Ishvara? Because both are Anadi. You cannot say Brahman being Brahman today, a Brahmachari, thought that he will become Bahusyam Prajayeti, and he gave his horoscope and put his photo in the matrimony website, and he wanted to get married to Maya, and he showed the Jatakam to most of the priests and Swamis like me, and he got married to Maya, and he had 2-3 children, and after some time he did not or like Maya, he wanted to separate with Maya. And again, why separate? We will call it as a good word. No, not divorce and all. We'll say he took sannyasam, sarva karma tyaga. He took sannyasam, and again he became Nirguna Brahman. Is this possible? Because both are eternal. Both are eternal. This appearing of Nirguna Brahman to Saguna Ishvara can happen only in the mind of an Ajnani. In the mind of a Jnani, this transformation can never happen. Nirguna Brahman can never become Saguna Ishvara. This happening is mithya at point 1, and in the vision of a Jnani, this is mithya and it is as good as non-existent. This dry land and mirage water is mithya fine. Whatever is mithya in the vision of all of us, which we are jnani with respect to mirage water and dry land, is existent to us or non-existent? It is non-existent, as good as non-existent. Appearing is not becoming, it is non-existent. In the same way, Nirguna Brahman becoming Saguna Ishvara is only in the mind of an Ajnani. In the vision of a Jnani, Nirguna Brahman is always Nirguna Brahman. There is no transition period at all. I would like to take the example of a famous example for person who knows. Shvetashvatara in Naishkarmya Siddhi gives a beautiful example. He says there is a bucket, and that bucket is transparent in nature, and you fill the water in the bucket, and you take a huge wooden rod and you immerse the rod into the bucket. 3/4 is inside, 1/4 is outside, and because of the transparency from the surface, from the outside, if you see, the wooden rod appears bent. It appears bent. Now, if you ask, when did the wooden rod become bent? For an Ajnani, it is bent. If you don't know the theory of refraction as a physics law, you will say it was bent always. But when you make an inquiry, when you come on and see the bucket and the wooden rod on the top, you know the wooden rod is appearing straight always. So, a Ajnani will ask, it is bent, what should I do to make the wooden rod straight? What should I do? Question what should I do to make the wooden rod straight? Because wooden rod is Saguna Ishvara, and bent wooden rod is Saguna Ishvara, and straightened wooden rod is Nirguna Brahma, and the water is Maya. Because of Maya, it appears Nirguna Brahman as Saguna Ishvara. When should I make it straight? In the vision of Jnani, it was never bent at all. Ishvara, Nirguna Brahman alone was, is and will be. Only with Vyavaharika Ajnani, he says Saguna Ishvara is Jagat Karanam Brahma. He is Karmadyakshaha, Sakshi, Vishwadipaha, Devatanam Adipaha. So very important line. Only this knowledge of Nirguna Brahman is always Nirguna Brahman. Appearing is not becoming. Appearance is Maya, and this knowledge is called Jnanam. Which knowledge? That wooden rod was never bent. Nirguna Brahman can never become Saguna Ishvara. This knowledge is called Jnanam. Abiding in this kind of knowledge is called Jnana Nishtha. Only this kind of Jnana Nishtha will give you appeared moksha. This moksha is nothing but appeared Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. This is Vedanta. If you say Saguna Ishvara, Jagat Karanam Brahma, you have to term yourself as what? Maha dash. Just as the well-known person Dushyant Sridhar wrote a book called Ramayana. If you have seen part 1 Ramayana, he markets himself very good. He has to do it with the Ramayana book, with a thing, and goes everywhere. Just as if you say that Saguna Ishvara is there, you have to put a board of Maha Ajnani board and go everywhere. Think. It appears to an Ajnani, it becomes Saguna Ishvara to an Ajnani, but never to a Jnani. In the vision of Jnani, the rod is always straight. Nirguna Brahman is Asanga, Akartru, Abhokta. Very important line, because every mantra is talking about Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Brahman. So may you please understand, whenever it comes, it is only for Ajnani. It appears. Appearing is not becoming. Be very sure of that. With this very profound statement of Sureshwaracharya, we continue.
Hari Om Swamiji, for the Ajnani, he is Ajnani by birth actually. So for him, from birth, it is appearing as bent, and then seemingly transition happens when Jnana happens. So like that, something like that we can.
Yeah. Birth itself is what?
I mean,
if you
for us as a Jiva, when we are born, it is birth is Ajnana, or birth is the like that. When the Jnana happens, the transition seemingly happens. In that way we can.
That birth, when the Jnana happens, means when the transition of recognition happens, that birth becomes an appearance. Birth itself becomes an appearance. Once birth becomes appearance, all the effect which started after the birth is also appearance mithya. It is as good as non-existent. Anyways, so in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th mantra, we saw Saguna Ishvara being highlighted more, and Upanishad clearly told in the 8th mantra, may you please as soon as possible come to Nirguna Brahman. Don't spend too much time on Saguna Ishvara. Very important line. Yastam naveda kibrucha karishyati. If you are not if you are not able to come to spiritual life after completing religious life, that completion of religious life is not for 80-85 years. It is only until you know the importance of spirituality. This philosophical portion, once you can understand, that is the end of religious life. You can continue to be a religious person, not for yourself, not even for Chitta Shuddhi. It is for Loka Sangraha. It is for pure Loka Sangraha. Then Shankaracharya asks, then Janaka, Shloka, 3rd chapter, Astita Janakadayaha Loka Sangrahamevapi Sampashyam Kartu. What happened to Janaka, who was a Jnana Nishtha? He was a Jnana Nishtha, he did not take sannyasa. What happened to him? Shankaracharya makes a question, raises a question there. He says, Prarabdhavashat, he could not take sannyasa. Avunodeya Prarabdhatale sannyasa illa avada. Because taking sannyasa is also part of Prarabdha. Because there are exception cases, Janaka and
Yajnavalkya.
Yajnavalkya took na. Okay, DVG, Ajatashatru, Kaikeyi's father. Kaikeyi's father. All these people were Brahmajnanis, they did not take. Then, if they are Brahmajnanis, they were in Grihastha-ashrama, not taking sannyasa, what happens to the karma they do? Then the opponent says that karma is a jnana karma samuchchayavada, isn't it? A jnani being in grihasthashrama, doing the karma becomes jnana karma samuchchayavada, isn't it? Shankaracharya says, I will slap you. And he will say, it is not jnana karma samuchchayavada, it is jnana karma abhasa. Jnana karma abhasa, it is not samuchchaya. It is not, he doesn't do any religious activity for religious life, for purification. He does it for loka sangraha. In the vision of jnani, that loka sangraha is karma abhasa. Very important line. Elaborate discussion Shankaracharya makes at the introduction of 3rd chapter. Very important. Anyways, we are going elsewhere. We will come back. Every day is something new. Prarabdha is becoming changed. So all these we saw. So Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Brahman. You choose which Brahman you want. Saguna Ishvara if you want, may you please be that name board tag. Nirguna Brahman if you want, you be without name board. Continuing 12th mantra. All the other things we have seen, I think. Until 11th yesterday we have seen. I was talking about the religious life. The same idea is highlighted in the 11th mantra also. Shanti Matyantameti. May you aim to gain this spiritual knowledge. Vichayya me mam. With the intention of realizing your nature or understanding your nature as Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, with the help of Guru Shastra Upadesha in the form of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam and Atyantameti. The benefit of such Shravana Manana Nididhyasana is eternal peace. No other Shanti can give you this Shanti. Which Shanti? There is one beautiful shloka. For a sadhak, 6 bandhus are very important, it seems. 6 bandhus, relations. All the other relation in the form of Appa, Amma, Bharya, Putra, Putri, Chikappa, Dodappa, etc. will all come and go. There is 6 bandhus, Mahabharata talks, which is always eternal, relatively eternal to that sadhaka or a dharmanishta. What is that? Satyam Mata. Satyam Mata, Pita Jnanam, Dharmo Bhrata, Dhaya Saka. Very important, next slide. Shantif Patni. Agave agad. Shantif Patni. Kshamav Putraha. Shedete Mama Bhandavaha. Satyam Jnanam, Satyam Mata, Pita Jnanam, Dharmo Bhrata, Daya Sakha, Shantif Patni, Kshamav Putraha. That is why for women, after she gets married, don't mistake her, not for you are all Brahmavadis. All ladies here attending are Brahmavadis. I am telling outside. For a lady after getting married also, her ego will not become calm. She will say, that always, that Durga Avatara will always be there. At the age of 40, when she has the second child, all ego crushed. If you have to crush the ego of a lady, second child is very important. And the 40 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரே சைல்டுக்கு ஆச்சுன்னா நல்லது புண்ணியம் தான். At the age of 40, no ego will be there. So Shanti, sorry, don't mistake me as for something else I am telling. Shanti Patni, Kshamav Putraha, Shedete Mama Bhandava. These 6 are our real relations. Satyam Mata. Who is your relation? My mother, Rama. That for a sadhaka, my mother is my walk. As much as possible, if I speak the truth, that is the Matrutva, motherhood. And in our life, we learn lot of things, experiences Jnanam Pita. Father, learning is our father. Because in reality also, we learn a lot of things from our father. Satyam Mata Pita Jnanam Dharmo Bhrata. Younger or elder brother is always behind me as Dharma, who will instigate me to perform dharmic activities. May you do this, may you do this. Dharmo Bhrata Daya Sakha. Snehita, friend. A friend is the one for me who says, have a compassionate face, have a compassionate attitude always. Shantif Patni, have peace with the real Patni also, who is always in Durga avatar. May you have peace with her. Shantif Patni, Kshamaf Putraha. The forgiveness attitude comes from Putra, because none of the kids will listen to their parents. Naturally, parents should develop Kshama. So for a sadhak, peace, forgiveness is very important. Shadaite Mama Bhandava. Very important. Mahabharata. So, why did I tell Shanti Vatyantameti? Suddenly that Bharya went. Shanti, that this peace of having this Vedanta Shravana Manana, no other Jnanam can. It gives you so much solace. Not shoelace, solace. You should not think the internet problem was there. Swami said, Shravana Manana gave you shoelace, solace. Okay. And this is the Ananda. Anyways, 12th mantra. Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha.
Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha.
Vishwadipo rudro maharshihi.
Vishwadipo rudro maharshihi.
Hiranyagarbham pashyata jayamanam.
Hiranyagarbham pashyata jayamanam.
Sano buddhya shubhaya sanyunaktu.
Sano buddhya shubhaya sanyunaktu.
Where have you seen? In Shvetashvatara Upanishad. I will give you the reference. I think 3rd chapter, because now we are in 4th. 3rd chapter, 4th mantra. Same, repeat. Shvetashvatara Rishi ke Bejarat. He was taking until now from various Upanishads and Vedic mantras. He thought, agela paakano, already munnadiye sollirken, adha copy pannidalame appadina angi panniten. 3rd chapter, 4th mantra, same ditto. The only difference is in the 3rd line. Hiranyagarbham janayamasa purvam. 3rd chapter, 4th mantra. Here, 4th chapter, 12th mantra. Hiranyagarbham pashyata jayamanam. That is the only difference. So, janayamasa means he created Hiranyagarbha there. Here, pashyata. Pashyata is in the present tense. You have to convert it into past tense and make it apashyat. Apashyat, and then that apashyat is gets the meaning of this Ishvara witnessed emergence of Hiranyagarbha. He saw the Hiranyagarbha evolving. That is the meaning you have to take. Rest all is the same. No need for explanation. If you remember that, you can know this, or else moksham for the mantra. 13th. Yo devanam adhipaha.
Yo devanam adhipaha.
Yasmin loka adhishritaha.
Yasmin loka adhishritaha.
Ya ishate asya dvipadaschatushpadaha.
Ya ishate asya dvipadaschatushpadaha.
Isho idya? Isha idya, okay. Fine. And then anyway we have to change it. Let the mantra. Ya ishe asya dvipadaschatushpadaha.
Ya ishe asya dvipadaschatushpadaha.
Ishe you have to make ishate, ishthe you have to make. That is fine. Anyways, let the mantra be fine, but you have to make it as ishthe. Kasmai devaya havisha vidhema.
Kasmai devaya havisha vidhema.
What? Yaha Ishvaraha Devanam Adipaha. This Ishvara is the master of all the Devatas. Devanam Adipaha. Master of all the Devatas. Starting from Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbham Samavartata Agre Bhutam Illa. Illa Odivalla. Hiranyagarbha Sukta Tane. Hiranyagarbha Sukta. Bhutasya Kasit Sadadhara Prathivi Hiranyagarbha Sukta. So it is starting from Brahmaji. He is the Adipaha until the local Marama. Until the local Marama, Elamichapada Marama Varako, that Devata Ishvara is the Adipaha. Because a Devata are exalted Jivas. They have done lot of punyas troubling you, and you going to each temple, they have become the Devata of giving lemons every day. Lemon male saatradhenna, adu pandradhenna, adella panni avarku and Jivaku vandu Devata position vandadu. That Jiva has done lot of tapas. And if that Devatas can retain the Devatahood only under two conditions, when Hiranyagarbha deploys them the particular activity of that Devata in the form of Grama Devata Shapa. Irke Jatkam Taranjodane, உங்களோட கிராம தேவதைக்கு சாபம் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், அவருக்கு போய் மாடு கொடுக்கும், பலி கொடுக்கும், இப்படிலாம் சொல்கிறோமே. அதான் they have to be in that role, and they also have to gain Atma Jnanam. For them, both the karma is there. Their duty is to delegate their work, do their work, and also gain Atma Jnanam. If they don't do, they fall from that Devata status and come back to Bangalore or Tiruvannamalai. So this is Devata and Vishwadipaha, Devatanam Adipaha. Yasmin Loka Adhishritaha, and all the 14 lokas are under the control of this Ishvara. Ya Ishaha, Ya Ishthe, Asya Dvipadas Chatushpadaha. This Ishvara who lords Dvipadaha, Chatushpadaha, Dvipadaha, Jivas, Chatushpadaha, all the other parts, animals. Gauri Vimaya Salila Nitakshad Ekapadi, Dvipadi, Sa Chatushpadi, Ashtapadi, Navapadi, Bhabushi, Sahasra, Akshara, Parame, Vyoman. It appeared first in Rigveda, first mandala itself, and Taittiriya Aranyaka, Taittiriya Samhita, everywhere it came. What does that mantra says? Gauri Bimaya Salilani Takshati. That Gauri is in the form of walk. This is the mantra we chant while invoking Bhagavati in Sri Chakra. She is the Vak Devata. Gauri is not that Gauri, Swarna Gauri Vrata, Manalira Gauri alla. Illi Vakadi Devata is called Gauri, which have the sound of Go. Hasu. Go sound. That kind of Vag is being invocated here. Gauri Mimaya, ocean. Salilani. Mimaya means it stirs up. The Vak which takes the form to come out. Salilani. The Para Vak which was there in the Garbha, it comes out, and how does it comes out? It splits. Gauri Bimaya Salilani Takshati. Takshati means it splits. To what? Dvipadaha. It was para, it became two. It came out. Chatushpadaha. It became 4 Vedas. That is the Bhashya what Bhattabhaskara gives. He says 4 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg. 4 Chatushpadaha. Amale? Dvipada, Chatushpada, Ashtapada. It became 8 directions. Navapada, it became 9 avaranas. And that sound went to the Parame Vyoman as Pranava. Oh, this is the meaning. But we give the meaning of 2 legs, very nice. 4 legs. Ashtapadi, Ashtapadi, which Ashtapadi means which Jantu?
Octopus.
Octopus.
Urnanabi.
I was thinking Urnanabi. Octopus. Urnanabi. Spider has 8 legs. In Tamil they call etikal பூச்சி. சிம்பிள். அவருக்கு பேர் தெரியாது. எந்த கால் எவ்வளோ, எந்த பூச்சிக்கு எவ்வளோ கால் இருக்கோ அதை சொல்லிட்டா முடிஞ்சிடுது. பூச்சி என்ன, இது இன்செக்ட். 8 கால் இருக்குது, 8 கால் பூச்சி. 10 இருந்தால் 10 கால் பூச்சி, 2 இருந்தால் 2 கால் பூச்சி. சிம்பிள். பாஷா இஸ் வெரி சிம்பிள். நவபதி, அஷ்டாபதி, நவபதி, பகூஷி, centipede, all lot of insects, more than 10-12 legs. ಅದು ಕಂಬಳಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೇ ತಾನೇ ಸೆಂಟಿಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಂ, 8 centipedes, more legs, 16-18 legs. Swami, why did you have so much time to see count the number of legs in centipede? No, you come to our ashram, hundreds of centipedes are there. Hundreds. Anyways, we are living along with Dvipadaha, Chatushpadaha, Ashtapadaha. We are all one family, you know. So,
Hari Om Swamiji, in the Shanti mantra also it comes, Swamiji, that Shanno Vitrana, that some Chatushpade.
Let the Mangala happen to all those species. So, Ishate Asya Dvipadaha Chatushpadaha. So, the Lord who manages or owns or lots these all the Jiva Rashis, Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. To that Lord, let us offer our oblations. Havisha means let us offer the oblations. With the prayers, let us offer the oblations in the Homakunda. Which Lord? Kasmai, Kham. That Lord who is in the nature of Ananda Swarupaha. Kasmai is equal to Kham Swarupaha, which is Kham Swarupa Ananda. Next mantra. सूक्ष्मातिसूक्ष्मं कलिलस्य मध्ये,
सूक्ष्मातिसूक्ष्मं कलिलस्य मध्ये,
विश्वस्य स्रष्टार अनेकरूपं,
विश्वस्य स्रष्टार अनेकरूपं,
विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं,
विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं,
ज्ञात्वा शिवं शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति,
ज्ञात्वा शिवं शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति.
कलिलस्य मध्ये. Kalilam means Maya. Madhye means inside Maya. That is the literal meaning. But the commentator says Madhya has to be taken as Adhishthanam. In Maya, Brahman not appears. Brahman is as Adhishthanam. Kalilasya Madhye. In Maya, which is of the nature of Prakriti, which is of the nature of a seed, Brahman exists as an Adhishthanam, that is called as Madhye. And what is the nature of Brahman? Sukshma is the nature of Maya, Ati Sukshmam is the nature of Brahman. Sukshmati Sukshmam Kalilasya Madhye. Entire creation is there in Maya. Vishwasya Srashtaram Aneka Rupam. This cosmic mind called Maya, along with Ishvara, alone creates Vishwasya Srashta, Aneka Rupa, manifold forms. Just as we create dream from our own Nidra Shakti, similarly Bhagavan created this entire Jagat. Means what? Who are you? If you believe this, you are first 15-20 minutes I have told today, because every line is coming Sukshma and Nirguna and Saguna. This only appearance. Our line should be Sukshmati Sukshmam Shivam Shanti Matyantameti. That should be our goal, not in these lines. Vishwasya Sashtaram Aneka Rupam Vishwasyekam Pariveshtitaram. This is also a line which is repeating from the previous chapter. Vishwasyekam Pariveshtitaram. Pariveshtitara means this Ishvara or Brahman which pervades in and through all the invariable components. Brahman being invariable, it pervades through all the variable components. Pariveshtitara means all pervasive, penetrating. May you know this. Jnatva Shivam. Shivam means Brahman here. Brahman as Mangala Swarupa is Shivan. Ananda Swarupa. Tam Jnatva. May you know that Brahman is existent as Adhishthanam. Once you know that, Shantimatyantameti. Eternal peace may you attain. Next mantra.
Swamiji, in this Narayana Sutta also, that Tasya Shikhaya Madhye Paramatma is the same concept, we can say that Adhishtana. Sa Brahma, Sa Shiva, like that it comes.
We can't. I will explain that after the class. We can relate to that, but there is that is told for Nididhyasanam. It is a yoga abhyasa. Tasya shikhayam madhye paramatma vyavasthita. Tasya shikhayam madhye kutra shikhayam? Sahasrara mandala. So for a yogi it is being told. Tasya shikha means sahasrara mandala. Paramatma vyavasthita. Neelato yadhya madhyastha dujjulleke bhavasvara. Nivara shokavattani veda. Nivara shokavattine vara. Tasya shikaya madhye paramatma vyavasthita. That there is blue lotus which is like this. In the line of the Nivara
Adho nishtyavitasthyanti nabhyam uparitishthati. Adho nishtyavitasthyanti nabhyam uparitishthati.
So Nabhi there becomes Agnya Chakra. In the yogic bhasha, that Nabhi is Agnya Chakra. Uparitishthati, here that the blue lotus is like this. Adhomukaha. So with the prana, what happens when he makes that lotus here? Tasya shikhaya madhya paramatma vyavasthitaha. Neelato madhyastha vidyulleke bhavasvara. So that paramatma is in the form of tatit garbha, we saw here. It is in the form of lightning. That lightning will happen to that person. And that lightning is Sabbrahma Sashiva Sahari Sedra Sokshara Paramaswara. Here there is a Patabeda also, I think I have told in one of the case. In the Vaishnava Pata,
Sabbrahma Sashiva Sahari.
They don't say take Harihi. Because if you take Harihi, the meter will not fit. Sabbrahma Sashiva Sendra Sokshara Paramaswarat. Because they say all this belongs to Hari only. Why you want to add Hari extra? அவருடைய வியாக்கியானம் மாதிரி அவருக்கு தொங்கிருக்கு கீழே அவருக்கு தொங்கிருக்கு இல்லையா அவருக்கு தெரியாது அதனால அவருக்கு அப்படி சொல்லுவார். So that is not here, that is yoga. Then you have to concentrate there, light, everything will come, tube light is already gone. So அதனால அது வேண்டாம். So we will not take that. Jnatva Shivam Shantimatyantameti. Next mantra, 15th. स एव काले भुवनस्य गोप्ता विश्वाधिपः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः यस्मिन् युक्ता ब्रह्मर्षयो देवताश्च तमेव ज्ञाता मृत्युपाशाच्छिनत्ति. Same line. Tam evam jnatva. Similar idea. Mrityupashaच्छिनत्ति. May you know this Nirguna Brahman as your nature, and Sugana Brahman also you know for time being. It is a time pass, it is a vyavahara, it is an entertainment, may you know, and come out of the shackles of samsara. Mrityumatyantame. Mrityupashaच्छिनत्ति. May you cut the samsara with the knife of jnanam. Asangashastrena dhudena chitva. May you do that. What? Sa eva kale bhuvanasya gopta. This Brahman with the help of Maya Ishvara Maya Sahita Brahman, which is Ishvara, is the Bhuvanasya Gopta, protector of the universe, when the universe is performing adharmic activities. In the shloka.
विश्वस्य कर्ता भुवनस्य भोक्ता स ब्रह्म
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. One of the commentators says yuge yuge is not yuga after yuga. Or yuga means phase after phase, that whenever required, within one yuga there are many multiple yugas. That is called yuga. Bhagavan keeps on coming in one form or the other, as one Mahatma, as a Swami. He comes and uplifts the person. So Bhuvanasya Gopta, this Ishvara is the protector and who is the controller, Vishwadipaha, to whom Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha. He is the inner being in all the Jivarashis. Yasmin Brahmarshayaha Devatascha Yukta. The one who thinks of this idea, who thinks of Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Brahman, Yasmin means in that sadhaka, he knows that Bhagavan unites with Brahmarshihi and Devatascha. Means even the Devatas merge in Brahman, Rishis merge in Brahman, and Yasmin, this sadhaka also will merge in Brahman. Not physically. He understands that he is always in Brahman. Knowing this, Tameva Jnatva Mrutyuhu Pasha Chinatti. Because in the Brihat Maya, Brahman is there to protect itself. Brahman is not separate from Maya, because in the last mantra we saw Sukshmati Sukshmataram. The cause has to come, or the effect has to come within the cause. Cause has to come where the effect is. The law of creation is such that if something abnormal happens, it has to come from itself, isn't it? Something you do to your eyes or whatever, Gurudev gives the example that without knowing you touch your eye, and the help comes from where? Not from some other hand. It comes from your own finger. You did like this because somebody slapped you, isn't it? So again the help has to come from this other fingers itself. So the cause and effect, Brahman itself will come within the cause. Hope you are understanding. In the huge cause, that is Maya, when the uneven happens in the Jagat, the protection comes from where? Within the Maya itself, not from outside. Because Brahman as Adhishthanam, as Ati Sukshma, exists in this Maya Tattva. That is what it is told. Bhuvanasya Gopta. Know this and be free. Next mantra. Ghritat param manda vivakti sukshmam.
Ghritat param manda vivakti sukshmam.
Or a nimisha. Ghritat param manda vivati sukshmam.
Ghritat param manda vivakti sukshmam.
Jnatva shivam sarva bhuteshu gudham.
Jnatva shivam sarva bhuteshu gudham.
Vishwasyekam pariveshtitaram.
Vishwasyekam pariveshtitaram.
Jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi.
Jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi.
Same idea. Ghritat. Ghritat means ghee or butter. Just as ghee or butter is the essence of milk, similarly Brahman is the essence of this Maya. Param Brahma, that Param is called Brahma. Ghritat means milk is visible, ghee or butter is invisible, means it is subtle, but that is the essence of the milk. This Karya Jagat, which is visible, Brahman as the butter is Ati Sukshmaha. Manda means cream or essence. Iva, mandam iva, Ati Sukshmam. Butter is the essence of milk, therefore Brahman is the essence of Maya. May you know this. Jnatva, what should know? Ama, butter I know, don't say I know butter. ಇನ್ಕಿ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಎದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪಂಡಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ಗೆ ಬಟರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತು ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹಂಚೆ ಟೈಮರ ಗಡ್ಡರನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನೇ ತಿನ್ನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ. ಜ್ಞಾತ್ವಾ ಶಿವಂ ಸರ್ವಭೂತೇಷು ಗೂಢಂ. ಜ್ಞಾತ್ವ, ಮೇ ಯು ನೋ ದಿಸ್. ಶಿವಂ means this Brahman who is Mangala Swarupa, Sarvabhuteshu Gudam, same. Vishwasekam Parivetishtaram Patachi. Jnatvadevam Muchyati Sarvapashaihi Patachi. அப்படியே இருந்தால் இதெல்லாம் சம்சாரம் ஆகிடும். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லோகம் 17th. ஏஷ தேவோ விஸ்வகர்மா மகாத்மா.
ஏஷ தேவோ விஸ்வகர்மா மகாத்மா.
சதா ஜனானாம் ஹிருதயே சன்னிவிஷ்டः.
சதா ஜனானாம் ஹிருதயே சன்னிவிஷ்டः.
ஹிருதா மனீஷா மனசாபிக்லுப்தः.
ஹிருதா மனீஷா மனசாபிக்லுப்தः.
ய ஏதத்விதுः அமிர்தாஸ்தே பவந்தி.
ய ஏதத்விதுः அமிர்தாஸ்தே பவந்தி.
This has also appeared chapter 3 mantra 13. There I had asked where it is in Kata Upanishad, if you remember. I know you won't remember. Kata Upanishad 239. In 3rd chapter 13th mantra I had given this reference. Now here also you can give the same reference. Yesha Devaha, this Paramatma is Mahatma of infinite dimension, Vishwakarma, who is the creator of this universe. Sada Jananam Hridaye Sannivishtaha, who is in all the Jivarashis as Sakshi Chaitanyam. Hruda Manisha Manasabhipaptaha, we saw Ya Etad Viduhu Amrutaste Bhavanti, the one who knows enjoys. 18th mantra. Yada Tamastanna Divana Ratrihi.
ಯದಾ ತಮಸ್ತನ್ನ ದಿವಾರಾತ್ರಿಹಿ.
ಯದಾ ತಮಸ್ತಾನ್ನ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯದಾ ಯದಾ ಅತಮಸ್ತನ್ನ. ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ. ಯದಾ ಅತಮಸ್ತನ್ನ ದಿವಾನರಾತ್ರಿಹಿ.
ಯದಾ ತಮಸ್ತನ್ನ ದಿವಾನರಾತ್ರಿಹಿ.
ಅವರ ಅತಮಃ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. ನ ಸನ್ನ ಚಾಸಚ್ಚಿವ ಏವ ಕೇವಲಃ.
ನ ಸನ್ನ ಚಾಸಚ್ಚಿವ ಏವ ಕೇವಲಃ.
ತದಕ್ಷರಂ ತತ್ ಸವಿತುರ್ವರೆಣ್ಯಂ.
ತದಕ್ಷರಂ ತತ್ ಸವಿತುರ್ವರೆಣ್ಯಂ.
ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಚ ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಪ್ರಸುತಾ ಪುರಾಣಿ.
ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಚ ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಪ್ರಸುತಾ ಪುರಾಣಿ.
ಯದಾ, when means when this Brahma Jnana comes, that is now in Shvetashvatara Upanishad, or whenever we take class, that Jnanam comes and after it goes and again it appears fresh, and I will also tell the same thing. You will say, oh ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ಮದು ಬಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಯದಾ ಯದಾ ಅತಮಃ, ತಮಃ ಅಜ್ಞಾನಂ, ಅತಮಃ, when the absence of ignorance takes place. When the absence of ignorance takes place. Means what? When the jnanam comes, atamaha, the ignorance, darkness goes. Tanna na divaha na ratrihi. To a jnani, when the ignorance, means only when the ignorance goes, when the jnana nishta happens to him, he or she is called a jnani. To him, once this knowledge seeps in very strongly inside in the subconscious mind, na divaha na ratri, there is no duality for him. He doesn't see day, he doesn't see night, and he is not a yanisha sarvabhuteshu tasyam jagrati samyami. He is not a, आपका idea गीता बंतु 1 year back.
Owl.
Owl. We are all, don't tell in English, tell in Kannada. That is more important. If we are seeing day and night, we are all boobies. If you tell in owl, it will not have so much effect. Last year, especially in the night, we did the class here. 1.5 hours, almost 2 hours we did. So, na diva na ratrihi atamaha bhavati. So, in his vision, there is no day and night. But he has a conviction that Brahman is appearing as a day and night, but he is not perturbed with this day and night. With this eyes, a jnani sees duality. He sees day, he sees night, he talks to people, everything is there. But inside his mind, that tambura is very strong, he knows nothing of this sort is happening. Nirguna Brahman alone is he. Saguna Ishvara, he is doing only for Vyavahara. For Jnani, it is Karma Abhasa, Vyavahara Abhasa. Because a Ajnani is talking to a Jnani, he speaks with the language of Ajnani. He is very strong in his mind. He will never change himself, exception cases where the prarabdha of a Jnani is very strong, he might change like a Shishya. Usually Guru should change the Shishya. Few Gurus prarabdha, which is a weekend prarabdha like me, I become like Shishya. Instead of me making the Shishya as Guru or a Jnani, I become a Samsari. That is my prarabdha. No problem, I have next janma. So, na diva na ratri, in his vision there is nothing. He continues to see the duality, that is only abhasa, but in his mind he uses horage loka sakti, odage sakala virakti, constantly that tambura is going on. He never gets perturbed. His buddhi has got that condition. Let the mind think of differences, let the sense organs report the differences, but the conviction of a jnani is very strong. Na sat, na asat. Na sat is there is no karyam. Na sat means there is no karanam also. Here karanam means maya. Maya karanam na sat. Na asat. Maya karyam is not there for jnani. For him what is there? Kevala Shiva eva. Shiva as Mangala Swarupa, his own Swarupa is there. Not Chandramoulishvara, Spatika Shivalinga. Kevala Shivaha. Yet Shiva is Brahma Asti. Tad Aksharam Tad Savitur Varenyam. Add Bharga also, you can supply. Bhargaha. Varenyam means holy. Tad Aksharam, nature of Brahman is Aksharam. Tad Savituhu, bright effulgent. Varenyam, holy. Bhargaha, light, self-effulgent. May you know this. Tam Jnatva, you have to take from previous mantra, and this is called Tasmat, therefore Prajna Prasuta Purani. This knowledge is been handed over from time immemorial as Guru Shishya Parampara. The teaching of this Upanishad wisdom is called Prajna here. Tasmat Prajna, the teaching of Brahma Jnanam, Prasuta Purani, let it flow as a river like Guru Shishya Parampara. If today we are getting this knowledge, it is only because of Adi Karta Sadashiva Samarambha Vyasa Shankara Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. 19th mantra. Nainamurdhvam natiryam cha
Nainamurdhvam jatiryam cha
Namadhyena parijjaghravat
Namadhye parijjaghravat
Natasya pratima asti
Natasya pratima asti
Yasya nama mahadyashaha
Yasya nama mahadyashaha
Yenam. Yenam, Nainam is there, that you have to make it as Yenam. Yenam na urdhvam. This Paramatma is neither in the upper lokas Urdhvam means upper lokas. Na tiryancha. He is not available, commentator says, in the borders. In the Indo-Pak border, Indo-China border, he is not there. Borders. Na madhye, he is not available in antariksha. Na parijagrabhat, he is not able to grasp. Parijagrabhat means parigrinhati. One cannot grasp this Bhagavan as Brahman because he is not an object of perception. He is not available in this creation as an object. Parijagrabhat is equal to parigrinhati. Na tasya pratima nasti. Nobody is equal to this Brahman. Pratima doesn't mean form. Pratima means nobody is equal to Brahman. Not the ego. You should not say nobody is equal to me, Swami. So much I have done. I am grateful to myself and all the people around the family. That shows ego. That tasya pratima nasti means my Swarupa nobody can match with. The Maya cannot match my Swarupa. Deha, Manas, Buddhi, relations cannot match my Swarupa. That is the meaning. Yasya nama mahat yashaha. Among the various names of Brahman as Hiranyagarbha, Virat, Vishwarupa, this nama as Brahman is of infinite glory. Yasya nama, this Brahman's nama is Mahat Yashaha, is of the infinite glory. Every glory of the Lord belongs to Him alone, that is Nirguna Brahman. Gita 10th chapter. In turn it becomes my glory. Next mantra. न सन्दृशे तिष्ठति रूपमस्य
न सन्दृशे तिष्ठति रूपमस्य
न चक्षुषा पश्यति कश्चिनैनं
न चक्षुषा पश्यति कश्चिनैनं
हृदा हृदिस्थं मनसा ये एनं
हृदा हृदिस्थं मनसा य एनम्
एवं विदुः अमृतास्ते भवन्ति
एवं विदुः अमृतास्ते भवन्ति.
Same repetition, similar mantra in Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad here also almost similar, 239, and this is one of the pramana to show that Bhagavan or Brahman is not an object of perception in this creation. Na sandrishe, okay, asya rupasya sandrishe na tishtati. This nature of Brahman, which is being Nirguna, Akarta, Abhokta, Asanga, doesn't fall within the perception of Maya, within the scope of objectification. So may you please never work for Brahma Anubhavaha, may you work for Brahma Jnanam and Brahma Nishtha. Na Chakshusha Pashyati Kaschan Enam. Nobody can see this Brahman with the eyes, because eyes can see only because Brahman's availability. Kena Upanishad. All the instruments can see anything, but all the instruments of Jnanendriya cannot see Brahman. Hrida Hridistam Manasa Ye. Ye is correct, but Ya because of Sandhi. Hrida Hridistam Manasa Ye Enam. No Brahman with qualified mind. Purify the mind. Purification, by now your mind should be purified, right? Yes or no? Until when? And always. Will you go and do Japan after the class? Yes, no, yes, no. See, this doing like this is the symbol of December 25th. Okay, that you should not do. It's not our symbol. You should say no. You can aram se do everything and say it is karma abhasa. Simple. If I say, did you do japa? Yes. If I ask next time, why did you do japa? Are you not listening to Vedanta class? How much time I should tell? Swami, it is karma abhasa, I can tell. Not that simple. May you continue to do, it is all Vishwarupa Ishvara. Nothing, no harm. Because if one is not disturbing other, better to do that. How to spend 24 hours time? Because I have time. I can do Chintan Manthan, something, but for you it is required. That is why I don't take Gita classes. I like Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, because in Gita I should compromise. Krishna has compromised himself with karma, upasana and all. I don't like Gita classes. For me, taking Gita class, taking the meaning is very tough, because it comes away from the Upanishadic, not away. Anyways, with the grace of Shankaracharya, he clearly told, even Gita talks about only Jnana Yoga, no other yogas. Anyways, Hridistam Manasa Ya Enam. May you please understand this knowledge with a sufficiently pure mind and Guru Shastra Upadesha. Enam Viduhu Amrutaste Bhavanti. 313 of Shvetashvatara Upanishad, 4th line. Next mantra. Ajata ityevam kaschid bhiruhu.
Ajata ityevam kaschid bhiruhu.
Prapadyate rudrayatte dakshinam.
Prapadyate rudrayatte dakshinam.
Okay, sari idella. Mukham tena mam pahi nityam.
Mukham tena mam pahi nityam.
Ajata ityevam kaschid bhiruh prapadyate.
Ajata ityevam kaschid bhiruh prapadyate.
Rudrayatte dakshinam mukham tena mam pahi.
Rudrayate dakshinam mukham tena mam pahi.
Samsara Vardanam. In this mantra, the Upanishad or the Rishi is telling, why do people have this insecurity? Insecurity is the biggest problem. Insecurity is the face of samsara. You see every samsari, the only glow in their face can be seen as insecurity. Bhayam. Enna agaporardo naliki. Ivlo ella funds vechirkome aanalo trupti illiye. Insecurity, bhayam. In the stock market கம்மி ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்னுடைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் கம்மி ஆயிடுமே. போஸ்ட் ஆஃபீஸில் வச்சது என்ன ஆகுமே, குழந்தைக்கு என்ன பண்ணணுமே, அந்த நிறைய வீடு வச்சுருக்கே யாருக்கு எது கொடுக்கணுமே, கொடுத்தாலும் திருப்தி இருக்குமா, எல்லாம் இன்செக்யூரிட்டி தான். என்னுடைய வேலை நான் பண்ணிட்டேன் ஆனாலும் திட்டுறாரு சுவாமி, நீங்கள் இதெல்லாம் பண்ண இல்லையா அதனால திட்டுறேன். Insecurity for everybody. Even for many sannyasis, insecurity is there. I am seeing every day in and day out lot of spiritual organizations which was led by one Swami, and after the demise of the Swami, the other monks who were taking care of that Swami and the ashram, now they want that ashram on the patra. With what intention they said putraishana, vitteshana, lokeshana, tyagaha. It is not working in this Kali Yuga. I am not talking about Grihastha Swamis who has wearing arka robe for them. I am talking. How was Gurudev, how was Tapovan Maharaj, how was Ramana Maharshi, how was Bhagavan Nityananda? See all the Mahatmas. When Gurudev was asked, I have told you many times, who is the next successor for you? He said, God alone knows. Let the dog come and sit in my throne. I don't care. Only when you have that kind of vairagya only, Bhagavan comes as next successor, or whoever wants to carry over that mission, they will do. This insecurity is among everybody. Starting from baby, this insecurity is there. That baby wants to hold the saree of the mother, always. And especially the babies, when we go to the new house and the Amma has given just birth, 1 year or 2 year old baby, and they say Swami has come, that baby immediately turns the face as if some Guruka has come. Swami bandirka namaskara pannangona, amma ketta odra. See, we have experienced. In the Mukam vechi ஒரு பயம் பண்ணிருக்கோம் குழந்தைக்கு. எனக்கு எல்லா சுவாமிக்கு இது கண்ணியதான், இதுதான் சேம். அப்புறமா ஆஃப்டர் எவ்ரி திங் வென் வி கிவ் ஃப்ரூட் வேணுமா கேட்கும்போது தென் தே கேம் நியர். ஸோ திஸ் இன்செக்யூரிட்டி இஸ் தேர் ஸ்டார்டிங் ஃப்ரம் த பேபி. ஹவவர் மச் செக்யூர் வி ஆர், We make ourselves secure with lot of clothes, lot of shelter, lot of money. Still we feel insecure. Relationship insecurity is maha problem. I being single, one can never think of the person leaving. Even at the thought level, it makes the other person get fear. Ilya. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Brahma Jnana. This insecurity is the problem. In Ramayanam, when Rama was told that he has to go to Vanavasa for 13 or 14 years, he told to Sita, "Na poredi, inga varena, vambo illa inge irundhuko." She said, "No, I am coming with you. நான் அங்கே எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு காஃபி கிடைக்காது, பால் கிடைக்காது, பாதாம் எல்லாம் கிடைக்காது பாருங்க. I will be there only. Wherever you are, I will be there." And after going to Vanavasa and spending 4-5 years without not having anything, you can't expect Sita kind of an attitude in the current generation, ladies especially. Maybe you all have because you are of older generation, you can adjust. Nowadays, very tough, I am saying. After 5-6 years, she says, "Let us not go to Ayodhya at all, let us be in this Vanavasa in the forest itself." Because so nice, all the Rishi Munis we can able to see, the Prakriti, the nature or Vikriti, everything is nice. We can see the waterfall, the animals, whatever we are getting from the nature, fig, anjir, everything we can eat. And aram se we can say, Lakshmana is there to help us. And when she says, "I will not go back, we will not go after 14 years, Rama sees her and with a mandasmita he says, "If you are talking like this, I think you are born to Janaka. Kule vipati shankya che dharmagne janakatmache," he says. In the madri ning pesrela sollumbodhu, you are born to Janaka only. She after 14 years she says, "Let us not go." This is so nice. Insecurity feeling most of us have, but Sita did not have. That is why, where does Janaka comes? Here he comes. In Bhagavad Gita he came, and major part of Janaka's episode is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Quite often, Yajnavalkya goes to Janaka Maharaja, and Janaka, being Janaka who is a Brahmajnani, that is why I said Ajatashatru Brahmana. Ajatashatru is a portion in Brihadaranyaka who was a Grihastha, who was a Brahmajnani. Janaka is a Brahmajnani. I am not getting Kaikeyi's father's name.
Ashwapati.
Ashwapati. Ashwapati is a Brahmajnani. When Yajnavalkya goes to the court of Janaka, Janaka feels so thrilled because every day he goes there to take classes, to teach Vedanta. And Janaka just says, "Sahasram dadhami." What will he give? He will not say, "I will give you 100 times, 1000 times." Go Sahasram dadhami, Vittam Sahasram dadhami. Then Yajnavalkya says, "Not possible, that is not enough. I will give you this Rajyam dadhami." He says, "Ahameva dadami," I will give you myself to you. Then Yajnavalkya says, "Tatastu." Now you have come out of fear. Until you give yourself, fear is there next to you. Then this comes in Munikandam of Brihadaranyakam, a very big portion. Then only he says, "Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati." All those portion comes here. Until and unless I give myself means what? This individuality which is full of fear, insecurity, I surrender myself to Ishvara, Guru, Shastra, then Atmajnanam is not possible. Insecurity will never go. Then only Yajnavalkya said, "Tathastu," may you now become a Brahmajnani. Brahmajnani Nishtha. So giving oneself means giving this insecurity in the form of individuality, ego. That is what it is highlighted in this mantra. Time up, which we will see tomorrow. Om Sham Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।